Well, can the sell-off continue today? We started out overnight, or ended overnight with some lower trade, carried through into the open. Let's see what they're doing right now. We'll go to the corn board with our quotes provided by Bar Chart. We are still lower. We are not that far from the lows of the day. We have September down 9 3/4 at 617. December corn down 10 3/4 at 617 1/2. In our soybean market, we're continuing the pressure here. September down 31.5 cents. We're at 14.62 1/2. And November down 19 at 13.93 1/4. Getting a little further away from that $14 benchmark right now. Over on the wheat market in Chicago, September is actually firming back up. We got as low as 7.86 1/4. Now we're back up to $8 even. That would be down only 3/4 cents. However, we're still about a dime off of our overnight high. In the Kansas City wheat, we have September 1 3/4 cents higher at 8.84 1/2, and it's off of its earlier low this morning of 8.69 1/4. So a significant bounce there of about 15 cents already this morning. In the spring wheat trade in Minneapolis, September 7 3/4 lower at 9.03. Now that one is closer to its lows of the morning trade. In the cotton market, new crop December, 507 points higher yet again as it continues to rocket higher. That has been quite a run they have put together for at least a week or two straight. December now at 118.75 per pound. I want to welcome aboard Mr. Ben Hushon of the Mill. He's based in Whitehall, Maryland. He gets us updated on conditions in that part of the country there, and I know you were getting pretty much the rain you needed there for a while. Has that continued, or did it shut off?
Good morning, Marlin. We've kind of switched the patterns back. We had a dry spell that I talked about for a little while. Now we seem to be back to, half inch of rain a week, kind of scattered here and there. But the big story weather-wise for us, sometime Saturday afternoon, you could just feel the humidity leaving, and it's been that way Sunday right on through to today. Sunshine, if you're out in the sun or not, it does not matter. It's just beautiful weather right now, Marlin, for this area and for August.
It looks like it's just kind of all going around you in a counterclockwise motion on Tim Ross's radar map here. Maybe just some sprinkles around that area there. So Are you hurting from moisture at all on your corn and soybeans right now?
No, the last 2 weeks we've got those separate half-inch to an inch rain that got the double crop beans up and going. We definitely see reduced population where some of them didn't make it, couldn't wait anymore, but we're pretty good. But again, everything in agriculture, the positives also bring challenges. That same constant dampness of the last 2 weeks to 2.5 weeks. We have welcomed, for the first time in our community, tar spot disease has moved in on our corn. And I know for the viewers, I sent some pictures in. We had read about it, heard about it from Penn State Extension in Maryland, but honestly, I'm sitting in the crowd listening to the presentations last winter going, it might be like the brown marmorated stink bug that was going to come take half of our soybean yields. And fortunately, they never got north of Virginia. But the tar spot has definitely come in with a vengeance. Hopefully later, we believe later than we're going to have real concern for on a yield for this year, but it sure begins the worry for the 2023 crop and some yet for the 22 crop for our community.
Yeah, we're having a little difficulty getting that video to play out. So can you describe the symptoms? What does it look like anyway?
Well, it may be the easiest disease I've ever had to describe. If you think about going out in your garage and dipping a paintbrush in a bucket of black paint and then walk out and just flick it on the corn crop, that's literally exactly what it looks like to me. And I first laid eyes on some. We had a customer call and say, I think I might have it on Wednesday afternoon. And then the phone calls started coming and went to a fundraiser Saturday night, and that was all the buzz up in York County, was all the tar spot. And there's definitely, you walk in some folks' fields and you don't have to look for it. It looks just like I described, a paintbrush, and you just flick it, and essentially shuts down, from my understanding, pretty much begins to shut down chlorophyll process and shut that factory down, that factory, the corn plant that's designed to produce bushels.
Does that force you to rotate?
It definitely stays, from what I've read. We're all doing a crash course on it. It's been around for a while, but not in our neighborhood. And from what we're reading and learning and hearing from experts I've talked to since then, can carry over into corn stalk. So certainly the fact that most of our geography does rotate, that begins to help some of the situation. But from what they're telling us, it's probably here to stay, and it's something new that farmers get to manage around and manage with.
Oh, boy. Well, I appreciate the update, and thanks for calling it to our attention. We'll have to watch out for it now. That's Ben Hushon with the mill in Whitehall, Maryland, with some very important information this week. We'll pause right here. We'll come back, and I'll get you updated on the latest in our livestock trade right after this.